What personal factors affect intercultural negotiations? Well, first, conceptual complexity. An individual's ability to process conceptually complex matters makes a difference in their willingness to do so and their tendency to avoid such topics. Culture and understanding culture and how two cultures interact oftentimes can be quite complex. So the willingness to accept cultural complexity, the ability to process otherwise complex information can affect the intercultural negotiation. Categorization is the next one. Categorization concerns how you group things. Okay, when you are grouping aspects of a negotiation, you're organizing information, you're putting objectives together, understanding facts, this type of thing, and you're grouping it together for better understanding, because that's what we do mentally. We categorize things to better understand them. Individuals who categorize things more broadly or tend to accept things into a group or less exclusive in how they categorize things tend to be more open and accepting. It allows for culturally distinct elements to be grouped together based upon common elements without the fear of them being excluded or discarded or disregarded simply because there's a level of, again, difference there that doesn't allow for a neat categorization of two approaches or concepts together. So once again, your tendency towards how you categorize information can affect the negotiation. Next is empathy, and this is your ability to put yourself in the position of the other person, to understand their point of view, their feelings, their emotion, things of that nature. So someone who is highly empathetic is more apt at putting themselves in the shoes of others, particularly when it's difficult to do so. That is, they have such a distinct culture from the one to which the individual is accustomed. Being able to show a high degree of empathy means that you come closer to understanding the other party, which once again can affect or help, in most cases, a negotiation. Next is sociability, and this is simply your willingness to interact with others, your willingness to seek resolution of apparent conflicts of interest or disputes with others, your willingness to interact with them and take the steps necessary to come to some level of negotiated outcome or resolution. So sociability affects the intercultural negotiation. And stereotyping, that is, you placing others, again, this comes back to categorization or grouping, but you grouping someone or identifying the group with which someone is part or identifies and assuming that they have certain characteristics or will act or behave in a certain way because of their membership or presence in that category or group that you've put them in. So with that being said, individuals who stereotype are far less apt to recognize the uniqueness of other individuals outside of those attributed attributes based upon whatever you have predisposition about them. So with that being said, not adhering to stereotypes oftentimes promotes the ability of individuals to come together to negotiate. You avoid this mental bias in how you deal with others. And then task orientation. How focused is the individual on achieving the task at hand versus things such as socializing or coming to understand the other party? Task orientation can help avoid certain cognitive biases like stereotypes, like some of the effects that can arise pursuant to categorization. But at the same time, it can also avoid some of the sociability aspects that can promote a successful negotiation. So this can be a mixed bag, but nonetheless, it affects the negotiation in a couple of ways or in different directions. So with that being said, these are some common personal factors that affect how intercultural negotiations are carried out and whether they are done so effectively.